Now, most, if not all of us, have gone to YouTube at least once and searched Japanese learning videos. And we've all seen countless videos of people saying how I learned Japanese in a month or a week, or seen videos on people who've already learned the language giving advice and methods for how they would go about learning a language if they had to start from scratch and giving the easiest, fastest, and best way. But through all my searching, I don't think I have found many or even one singular YouTube channel which shows someone's serious Japanese language growth on a daily or weekly basis. Now, this is by no means sending any hate to any creator who posts videos like these, because quite frankly, those videos are quite entertaining. I'm just saying, I haven't seen anyone who shows their daily progress from zero to they quote unquote mastered the Japanese language. And if there is, I haven't seen it, and I apologize. Now, for years, I and many others have been telling ourselves, this year I'm going to lock in and learn Japanese. But year after year, we've been on Duolingo for 1 week max just to drop it and pick it back up 2 to 3 months later and repeat the whole process for who knows how many years. Well, not anymore. This is the year we, yes, we, take things serious and make an effort to learn Japanese. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be fast? Probably not. But will we succeed? Hell yeah, because today is the start of a journey called Japanese from Zero. We live in a time where, as long as we have a working device with access to the internet and a decent internet connection, you can search for things no matter where they are. I mean, I can search for things on YouTube or Google on whatever topic, and thousands of results in many different languages pop up. I mean, if I want to read a book that's only found in Japan or whatever country in the world, I don't have to physically get on a plane or boat and go read this book physically in whatever country that is. I could just search it up on Google and find a PDF version of it somewhere on the internet. I think that's rather cool. So instead of wasting the opportunity this day and age has given us, I decided to start this journey. For the whole process, I'll be posting daily, even if it's not a crazy long or detailed video. And at the end of the week, I will go back and compile all the daily videos into a decently sized weekly video, which explain and go through what I did for the week without cutting out much. So I'm planning it to be something like posting day one of learning Japanese, then day two, day three, etc. And on day seven, I'll get all those videos and compile them into a weekly video and name it something like week one Japanese learning journey, and then week two, week three, and so on, just to give an idea of how I'm going about things. I also decided to make this channel to hopefully show that this is possible and not just something you see on YouTube. I'm hoping to try and inspire others who find my videos somewhat as a guide to their Japanese learning from zero or wherever they are. I don't really see this channel ever being like a teacher channel. I see it more as a student role, as if I'm a student learning alongside everyone who views the channel, if that makes sense. Anyways, as far as the method I decided to go with for the most part of this Japanese learning journey, JLJ for short, is the infamous immersion method. Now, to those unfamiliar with the immersion method, is basically surrounding yourself in as much of the language you are trying to learn as possible, whether it's by listening or reading, and through the large amount of time and exposure to that language, you will eventually begin to understand and comprehend the language. The reason I have decided to choose this as my main method of learning Japanese is because it makes a good amount of sense to me. Just like when a baby is learning his first words, is done through hearing its parents or those around them and replicating those exact sounds. Now, does this mean a baby knows what mom or dad is when they first say it? No, probably not. They're just replicating the exact sounds they're hearing. However, through repeated context and affirmation from the parents, the baby will eventually learn to put meaning to those words. Oh, I want to get mom's attention? I'll say mom. I want to get dad's attention? I'll say dad. Now, I'm capable of understanding and speaking two languages, both English and Spanish, with Spanish being the first language I picked up due to both my parents being native Spanish speakers. However, no matter how hard I try to remember how I learned Spanish, I just can't remember. So what did I do? I asked someone who did know, my mom. Now, after asking her this question, she basically said, "Oh, when you were a little baby, you would repeat everything we said. We also had you watch Caricaturas para Niños, which is basically cartoons for kids." She also said that it would give me child's book in Spanish and help me read it and sound out words, but that's boring. Now after hearing this, I was like, nah, ain't no way. No grammar lessons? No teaching me the ABCs first? There's no way this is true, right? But then I said, hold up. I've literally seen it with my own eyes. My little sister, who's just 3 and a couple months years old, is able to understand and speak Spanish at a comprehensible level when someone's talking to her. And all I've seen her do is watch videos, whether that's on the TV or YouTube, repeat everything that is said around her, and listen when someone is reading or speaking to her. I mean, just 2 years ago, she was repeating words like agua, which is water, comer, to eat, dormir, when she wanted to sleep, and now she's able to communicate with complete sentences. I mean, it's honestly quite surprising and amazing to be able to see. I mean, she still has problems with her ABCs though, bro. Now, this video isn't about the immersion method, so I'll leave another YouTube video down below that goes into more detail. I'm just giving a small gist of what that entails. There are honestly many people who abide by this method. This is just the first video that popped up for me, so feel free to check it out. Links in the description. Now, while the immersion method is what I'm going to prioritize for the most part, this doesn't mean I'm going to skip putting in time to study grammar and whatnot. I'm also going to be doing some of the classic stuff in order to get a good grasp of the Japanese language to aid in the process and the effectiveness of the immersion method. Since I don't have the brain of a little kid, which basically takes information like a sponge when it comes to learning language, I'll have to rely more on memorizing grammar rules and words until it becomes second nature, and using that knowledge to progressively understand the Japanese context I'm consuming in the immersion method. Well, that's really all. Just a short explanation and introduction to what this channel will be focusing on. Don't expect any high level editing because I'm not skilled at that stuff, at least not yet. Most of the daily footage, if not all the daily footage, won't be edited except for putting all the clips together for the most part. Most of the editing will probably come in the weekly video compilations, but even then, don't expect anything crazy. Even so, I'll try my very best. And if anybody wants to be a part of this journey, feel free to like learn and share, discuss in the comments below. Eventually, I'll end up making a Discord so people can discuss and, you know, learn from each other or give each other tips. Pause. But for now, let's just see how far we get.